It's Tuesday morning. You know what that means. It can only be time for our WWE Monday Night Raw review, folks. We were at the Enterprise Center last night, October 7th, 2024. Coming off the heels of Bad Blood, which was a decent pay-per-view. Some good spots, some highs, some lows. We covered it on the show last night. Go ahead and watch that episode if you're interested. But let's get on to... Wait. Before we get into the action from the show, I need to address a comment from last week, and I'll put this up on the screen right now. I've been told my reviews are too negative. Nobody wants to watch somebody be this negative. I guess, what would you have me do, dear viewer? What would you prefer? Would you prefer me to gaslight you, spit up your ass and tell you it's raining? Tell you that Raw is as fucking good as it's ever been? We've reached peaks that the Attitude Era could never hope to achieve? If you truly feel that way, then that's the way you feel. I can't change that. But I can tell you that there is in no way, shape, or form that Raw right now, as it stands, barely drawing 1.3 million viewers, is better than the Attitude Era that was drawing 8 to 10 million. The worst Nitros had better viewership than the best Raws in this era. I'm sorry. Everybody's saying let Triple H cook after, and I said this last week, after WrestleMania. Boy, I hope you enjoy slop, because that's all you've been getting. You know, as far as the TV product goes, there's been good pay-per-view matches. I was really hard on the Hell in a Cell. I just thought it was drawn out for the sake of tying the Shawn Michaels Undertaker record and didn't really need to be. Drew McIntyre had 17 staples in his head. So that'll bring us right to the beginning of Raw. But yeah, I don't know. I'll try to be less negative about this show. But thank God it's only 2 hours is all I can say. That's a positive. That's a point to the good. We'll start out with 1 point to the good because Raw was only 2 hours. You don't have 3 hours of schlock now. So let's take a look, see what the show delivered, and we'll go from there, folks. But yeah, as far as me not being negative goes, look, I'm not gonna say good things about bad wrestling. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that the Pure Fusion Collective is, oh, they're so great for women's, man, they're the best. They're so good for women's. What the fuck do they do? They come out every week, they fucking job, and then they act tough. Sonya Deville cuts a shit promo. Shayna Baszler sits there in mean mugs, and Zoe Stark is just like, what the fuck am I doing here? Why? I used to team with Trish Stratus, and now I'm with these two fucking jobbers. At least Shayna Baszler can actually fight. You know, Zoe Stark, I'm not going to lie, she's kind of easy on the eyes. Sonya Deville, I don't know what the fuck. I have no idea. Zoe has a moveset. Zoe has a physique. She has nothing else, though. That's the problem. No charisma. And that's the problem with 90% of these girls that come out. Lyra Valkyria. I did a video a while ago. Is Lyra Valkyria over? Fuck no, she's not over. That, God, I'm already getting into that. But, I mean, you've got to be realistic. You can't tell me. You can't sit here and tell me, oh, man, the Wyatt Six is so awesome. They're doing so much with them. The storyline. What? They did nothing with that. They've buried that. They've made that stable nothing now. They're gonna come after Karrion Kross or Miz? What? Like it makes no sense. So I've already went on for 4 minutes during the opening here. Let's briefly go through this card because I'm not going to keep you all day. I'm not going to spend 10 hours producing this video. But let's talk about the results from Raw last night, and I'll let you know if it's good or bad, in my opinion. And you're just going to have to accept that. You don't have to like it, but that's the way I feel about the show. So let's go. It's the new Warm and Fuzzy Etep. We start out with CM Punk lamenting the fact that he hasn't got to spend enough time with his wife. And I don't want to hear this from somebody who's supposed to be tough. And out comes Seth Franklin Rollins to confront CM Punk kind of get in his face a little bit. Are we going back to this? Nah, Seth just walks on by. Punk leaves. And Seth proceeds to cut a promo on Big Bronson Reed, who hit him a couple weeks ago. 6 tsunamis. We remember that. We covered it here. And says, let's go. Next time, I'll be ready for you. I got to be honest, I'd rather see Punk and Rollins than Rollins and Reed because they've built Reed up. And then last week, they killed all that momentum by, now hear me out, having Seth Rollins come out and curb stomp Bronson Reed, helping Braun Strowman win the last Monster Standing match, only to have Bronson Reed not show up tonight. Seth Rollins come out and cut this promo. Bronson's not even backstage, can't come out and react, be held back, nothing like that. No, this is going to effectively squash all the momentum Reed has because you know they're not putting him over in a program with Rollins. So I'll give the Punk and Rollins promo square off, face off, a good point, and I'll give the budding program feud, if you will, daddy, between Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed a down. So we got 2 good points, 1 bad point. Match 1, Xavier Woods versus Intercontinental Champion Jey Uso. Xavier eats a super kick, takes the Uso splash. 1, 2, 3. Mathematic. There was never a chance here for the small jobber Xavier Woods, but Jey Uso celebrating, eats a spear from Braun Breaker. Kofi eats a spear. Xavier Woods getting ready. Super spear on the outside. Braun kind of preening here. Gets back in the ring. Jey eats another spear. And Braun picks up the belt, then throws it down on Jey, leaves him laying. And this segment for me, I don't know. I mean, the match itself gets a down because Xavier Woods is a jobber. Let's face it. You got an Intercontinental Champion. This is what you're going to feed him is Xavier Woods. Like, let's go. Come on. Spare me. But Braun Breaker beating the shit out of everybody after the match automatically gets a point up from me on this because I like Braun Breaker. He should just be a Steiner, not Breaker. That is ridiculous. But so we got 1 bad and 1 good. Segment 3, match 2. Transman Pete Dunne versus Sheamus. And this little twink zip ties Sheamus's hands. Goes to use the stupid ass cricket bat. Eats a knee to the face. Takes a bro kick out of the corner. Sheamus falls on him. 1, 2, 3. You expect me to give this an up? I love Sheamus. Dude's awesome. But why are you feuding with a 200-pound twink, Sheamus? Why? It makes no sense. You're a fucking giant amongst men. And I just think it's utterly ridiculous. This one, I got to give it a down. I can't give this an up. Are you kidding me? Pure Fusion Collective and the Unholy Union versus a bunch of babyface white meat female jobbers. Speaking of that, Lyra Valkyria hits the top rope leg drop onto Sonya Deville, gets the pinfall, and this is where it ends. You couldn't pick these women out of a lineup and tell me they're professional wrestlers outside of Natalya. And even her, I would question because of all the plastic surgery she's had done to her face. The Pure Fusion Collective and the Unholy Union, 2 horrible names, 2 horrible factions. I love the gals in the Unholy Union, but their name is garbage. Their tag team is going nowhere. And the other one, the other heels, Baszler, Stark, and Deville are nothing. All the baby faces are garbage. This segment gets it down. This is why people like me look at the women's division and go, what a fucking joke. You might get 1 good match, but you put 2 on, and the second one turns into a bathroom break match. Homeless commie piece of shit Sami Zayn versus Gunther for the world title. And how the hell do you think this one went, folks? I was shocked, I tell you, when Gunther retained his devastating finishing hold, the sleeper, puts out the commie homeless, no gym going, no tan having, doesn't look like a wrestler, piece of shit Sami Zayn goes down again. Hopefully that's the end of this, as Gunther's going to move on to face Thody at the Saudi blood money pay-per-view. What? See, this is what I'm talking about. What am I supposed to give this segment? What would you have me give this fucking segment? I'll tell you what I'll give this segment, ladies and gentlemen, just to be generous, just to be nice. I'll give this segment a up for Gunther going over, but I gotta give it a down for even having this match be competitive. There's no reason to keep making Gunther look like a chump, even in a victory against somebody who doesn't belong in a fucking ring, and that's that piece of shit Sami Zayn. So let's total the score here, folks, shall we? So in counting segment 5, match 4, Gunther versus Sami Zayn, 1 good, 1 bad. That gives us a grand total of 4 good points for Raw, up 3 from last week. 5 bad for Raw, down 4 from last week, I believe. 4 or 5. So it was much closer this week, folks. It was this is the nicer Pete. I'm not going to completely poo-poo the good things on the show. You see what I did there, folks? But I still have to say, I still have to admit, at the end of the day, what I thought of this show, well, folks, let's send it over to my buddy, Jay Sherman.
It stinks.